I want to talk about a book today, not because it is famous, not because it sold millions of copies, but because it changed me. I read this book a while back and it left me with four ideas that I still think about. Ideas that change how I save, how I spend, how I compare myself to other people, and even how I define success. So this won't be a summary. There's hundreds of summaries online already. Instead, I want to share those four ideas with you. And by the end, I think you will understand why this is one of those books you don't just read once. It becomes a part of how you think. What if most complex ideas could be explained in minutes? That's exactly what we do here. I'm Jenkins, and this is Gen Simplifies. The book is Psychology of Money by Morgan Housel. It was published in 2020 and has sold millions of copies around the world. But today isn't about the book. It's about the four ideas it gave me. Ideas that quietly changed the way I look at money. Before we begin, let's have a quick word about the one who wrote this. Morgan Housel is an American writer. He spent his whole life writing about money. He wrote for big newspapers, for big finance websites. He now works at a firm called Collaborative Fund. He doesn't write like most money people. He writes like a friend. Short chapters, real stories. You can read the whole book in a weekend. That's all you need to know about him. Let's get into what the book did for me. The first thing this book gave me was the right way to think about money. Most of us were never taught this. We were taught how to count money, how to earn it, and how to spend it. Nobody ever sat us down and told us how to think about it. And here's the part that surprised me. Being good with money is not about being smart. It's not about your job. It's not about how much math you know. There are people with highest degrees who go broke. And there are bus drivers and teachers who quietly retire with millions. The difference is in the head. It isn't how you see money, what you believe money is for, what you think a good life looks like. This book gave me a new way to look at all of that. It made me stop comparing myself to people who looked rich. It made me stop chasing the next big thing. It made me ask very honestly, what does enough look like for me? If you ever felt like you are working hard, earning okay money, and still feel like you can't get ahead, that's a thinking problem, not a money problem. And this book helps you see that slowly in your own time without lecturing you once. That alone worth the price of the book. The second thing the book gave me was a real reason to save. We all know we should save. Everyone says it. Our parents said it, school said it, and even every YouTube videos is saying that. But almost nobody tells you why. Most people save for a goal, a car, a house, a trip, and those are fine. But when you save for a goal, you stop the moment you hit it. The moment you stop saving, life can shake you again. The book taught me that saving is not really about a goal. Saving is about choices. It's about being able to say no to things you don't want. It's about being able to walk away from a job that is hurting you. When you save for a reason, you stop one day. When you save for choices, you never stop. And the more I sit with this idea, the more I see it. Every hard moment in my life would have been easier if I would have more saved. Not for any one thing, just to have the freedom to pick what you want to do next. That is the real purpose of saving. Not the trip, not the car, the freedom. If you read this book for nothing else, Read it for that one idea. The third thing the book gave me was a very simple test for any spending choice. The test is this: if my income drops tomorrow, would this thing still be okay in my life? Most people build a life that only works if everything goes right. If the salary keeps coming, if the job stays good, and the health stays good, if the family stays steady. And that's a beautiful life actually, until one of those things changes. And in a long life, one of them always changes. The book made me see something I had missed for years. The goal is not to live as big as you can afford. The goal is to live in a way that nothing, no job loss, no sickness, no bad year can fully break you. That doesn't mean live cheap. It doesn't mean don't enjoy your money. It just means live one step below what you can afford. Buy a smaller car, pick a smaller house, take a trip that's little shorter than what your friends are taking. Because when life surprises you, and trust me, it will, you want to keep your peace. You don't want to be selling things in panic. You don't want to be calling people for money. You don't want to be lying awake at 3 in the morning. The book doesn't say it in these exact words, but this is what I took it from. A peaceful life is more valuable than a flashy one. Once you start living in that way, even a little, it's almost impossible to go back. The fourth thing this book gave me was honesty about luck. This is a hard one, especially in a world where everyone loves to say, I made it my own. Here's the truth this book made me face: luck plays a much bigger role in your life than you want to admit. The country you were born in, the family you were born into, the teacher to happen to be kind to you in your school, the friend who introduced you to the right person at the right time. You didn't choose any of these things, and they explain a lot of what is good in your life right now. Now, the other side of this matters just as much. The person you see struggling, they're not always lazy, they're not always making bad choices. Sometimes life just gives them a hard set of cards and they are still standing. When you really see this, two things changes inside you. First, you become a little softer on yourself. The wins you have had, not all yours. The misses, not all your fault. Second, you become a little kinder to other people. You stop thinking someone with less money is somehow less of a person and someone with more money is somehow more. I'll be honest with you. This was the hardest lesson for me. I worked hard my whole life. I wanted to believe my life was all my doing. This book made me sit with the idea that maybe a big part of it wasn't. And it took me weeks to be okay with that. But once I felt lighter. I was kinder. I was less envious to people who had more than me and less proud around people who had less. That is a gift you cannot put a price on. Now, is this book a perfect one? No. It won't tell you what to invest in. It won't tell you how to pay off a loan. It won't give you step by step plan. If you want, do this, then do this, then do this. No, this book will not give you that. It also says some of its ideas more than once. Some readers love it and some find it slow. I want you to know this before you start reading the book. But here is what it will do: it will sit in your head for years. You'll be standing in a shop and you will hear it. You'll be looking at a job offer and you will hear it. You'll be talking to your parents about their money and you will hear it. Very few books do that. This one does. So that's why I'm asking you to read it. Not because any one chapter, not because any clever line, but because of these four things it gave me: a way to think about money, a real reason to save, a way to live that keeps your peace safe, and the honest truth about luck. If you take even one of those four out of this book, you made a great trade for the time it takes to read it. The book is Psychology of Money by Morgan Housel. And if this book sounds like something you would like to read, I have left the link in the description below. It's an affiliate link, which means I may earn a small commission if you decide to buy through it, and no extra cost on you. It helps support the channel and allows me to keep creating videos like this. But however, you get the book from a library, from a bookstore, a friend, or your phone. Just make sure you read it. And once you do, come back here and tell me in the comments which of the four hit you the hardest. I read every comment. In the next video, I'll be talking about one of the oldest money books still in print, The Richest Man in Babylon. Don't let the age scare you. The simple rules in that little book still work 2000 years later. Until then, I'm Jenkins, and this was Psychology of Money, and see you in the next one.